In the Badlands of Montana, 1942, paleontologists unearthed a small, mysterious Tyrannosaur skull. Unlike the massive T-Rex, this skull was delicate, with a long, narrow snout and blade-like teeth. It was shelved in a museum, labeled as Gorgosaurus, and forgotten for decades. In 1988, paleontologists, including Robert Bakker, re-examined the skull and saw features no one had noticed before. They argued it was a new species, Nanotyrannus lancensis, the pygmy tyrant. This bold claim challenged the idea that T-Rex was the only top predator of its time. The announcement sparked a fierce debate in paleontology. Could two apex predators have coexisted at the end of the age of dinosaurs? Some experts were thrilled by the idea of a dynamic ecosystem with both a heavyweight and a welterweight predator. Others were skeptical, suggesting the skull was simply a juvenile T-Rex. Dinosaurs, like all animals, change as they grow, so maybe this was just an awkward teenage T-Rex. The debate split the community. Believers pointed to unique features. Skeptics saw signs of immaturity. Was Nanotyrannus a distinct species, or just a young T-Rex? The fossil record held its secrets tightly. For years, the question lingered: was the pygmy tyrant real, or a case of mistaken identity? The answer would reshape our understanding of dinosaur diversity. The stakes were high. One skull could rewrite the story of the Cretaceous. As more fragments surfaced, the arguments intensified. Each new discovery fueled the fire. The world watched as paleontologists debated, analyzed, and re-examined every clue. The mystery of Nanotyrannus became one of the most heated controversies in dinosaur science. Was it a new predator, or just a young king in disguise? The search for answers would lead to one of the most dramatic fossil finds in history. The debate was far from over. The next discovery would change everything. The main argument against Nanotyrannus was simple: it was just a juvenile T-Rex. Thomas Carr and other experts studied tyrannosaur growth, noting that young T-Rex were lankier, with longer legs and narrower skulls, just like Nanotyrannus. Features seen as unique were explained as signs of immaturity: slender snouts, blade-like teeth, and lighter builds. The fossil record lacked confirmed juvenile T-Rex skeletons, so skeptics argued Nanotyrannus filled that gap. This theory tidied up the record. T-Rex changed dramatically as it grew, dominating every stage of its life. Museums and textbooks soon labeled Nanotyrannus as a junior synonym for T-Rex. The pygmy tyrant faded into the background, its existence reduced to a footnote. The teenage T-Rex hypothesis became the standard explanation. Occam's razor favored the simplest answer: one species, many life stages. But paleontology is full of surprises. Just as the debate seemed settled, a new fossil discovery threatened to upend everything. The ground was about to shift again. A single extraordinary find would force scientists to reconsider what they thought they knew. The mystery of Nanotyrannus was far from solved. The next chapter would bring the debate back to life. The evidence was about to get a lot more interesting. The story wasn't over yet. A new discovery was on the horizon. In 2006, fossil hunters in Montana uncovered a stunning find: two dinosaurs locked in combat, perfectly preserved. One was a Triceratops, the other, a slender tyrannosaur matching the Nanotyrannus type. This dueling dinosaur's fossil was nearly complete, with bones, skin impressions, and more. For years, it was inaccessible, but in 2020, it reached the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences. Scientists finally had a complete specimen to study. This was the moment the debate had been waiting for. The dueling dinosaur's tyrannosaur was about 17 feet long and a ton in weight. No baby, but not a giant either. Was it a teenage T-Rex, or a fully grown member of a smaller species? The answer lay in the bones themselves. With a complete skeleton, scientists could compare proportions, growth, and maturity. The fossil provided a rare chance to settle the debate. The evidence inside the bones would be crucial. The stage was set for a scientific breakthrough. The mystery of Nanotyrannus was about to be put to the test. The truth was hidden in the fossil's microscopic details. To solve the mystery, scientists turned to paleohistology, the study of bone microstructure. Dinosaur bones, like trees, have growth rings that reveal age and growth rate. By slicing and examining the leg bones of the dueling dinosaur's tyrannosaur and the Jane specimen, they look for signs of maturity. In young, fast-growing animals, rings are widely spaced. In adults, they're tightly packed, forming an external fundamental system, EFS. The bones showed rings getting closer together, evidence of slowing growth. Both specimens were young adults, likely in their early 20s. A T-Rex at that age would still be growing rapidly, but these animals were not. The bone data contradicted the teenage T-Rex hypothesis. Nanotyrannus had a different growth curve, reaching a much smaller adult size. Even if it lived longer, it would never reach T-Rex proportions. The evidence was clear: this was not a young king, but a fully grown smaller predator. The pygmy tyrant was real. The bones told a story that fossils alone could not. Histology provided the smoking gun. The debate had a new powerful piece of evidence. The mystery was closer to being solved. Science had spoken through the bones. Nanotyrannus was more than just a name. With bone evidence in hand, scientists re-examined Nanotyrannus's anatomy. The differences weren't just about size, they were about design. Nanotyrannus had a narrow snout and sharp slicing teeth, unlike the thick crushing teeth of T-Rex. Its arms were longer and more robust, with large claws. Functional weapons, not vestigial stubs. These features pointed to a different hunting style, speed and agility, not brute force. Even the skull bones showed signs of maturity, fusing together as in adult animals. The evidence stacked up: slower growth, unique skull, slicing teeth, powerful arms. This was not a teenage T-Rex, but a distinct predator. Nanotyrannus was built for a different role in the ecosystem. It was the cheetah to T-Rex's lion. The anatomical differences were too great to ignore. The case for a separate species was stronger than ever. The pygmy tyrant had its own identity. The fossil record was telling a new story. Science was rewriting the dinosaur family tree. The debate was shifting. Nanotyrannus was stepping out of T-Rex's shadow. The evidence was undeniable. Confirming Nanotyrannus as a real species changes everything. The old view T-Rex dominated every predator role, with juveniles filling the middleweight niche. But if Nanotyrannus existed, the ecosystem was more complex, like today's Serengeti, with multiple large predators. T-Rex was the lion, the king. Nanotyrannus, the cheetah. Faster, more agile, hunting smaller prey. This diversity made the ecosystem more resilient and dynamic. Nanotyrannus likely hunted ornithopods, young ceratopsians, or patchy cephalosaurs. T-Rex tackled the biggest, toughest herbivores. The discovery forces scientists to reconsider other fossils. How many juvenile T-Rex are actually different species? Tyrannosaur diversity at the end of the Cretaceous was higher than we thought. The fossil record is incomplete, and each new find can rewrite the story. The world of dinosaurs was richer and more varied than we imagined. Nanotyrannus adds a new layer to the Cretaceous drama. The food web was more intricate, the competition fiercer. The past is more complex than we once believed. Every discovery opens new questions. The story of the dinosaurs is still being written. Nanotyrannus is proof that science is always evolving. The lost world was full of surprises. The Nanotyrannus story is a triumph of science, debate, discovery, and new technology reshaping our understanding. For decades, experts argued, but bone histology provided the decisive clue. Even the most famous dinosaurs can surprise us. Nanotyrannus is now a real character in the Cretaceous story, not just a misidentified teenager. The discovery makes the ancient world feel more vivid and complex. Science is never finished. New evidence may still emerge. The dueling dinosaurs fossil holds more secrets: skin, soft tissue, and more. The story began with a single skull and ended with a duel frozen in time. There are still mysteries to solve and questions to ask. What other predators shared this world? How did they interact? Nanotyrannus's confirmation opens new avenues for research. The adventure of discovery continues. The past is alive with possibilities.